Hello and welcome back to a brand new Player 2 unboxing. My name is Paul James, and today with my daughter Amelia, beautiful little girl who's with me for this, she wanted to come along, we are cracking into the PlayStation 5 DualSense Edge controller. Thank you very much to PlayStation Australia for sending us a copy of this for the purposes of review and any other commentary we can make, including this unboxing. Now, Amelia is very fascinated about herself on camera, so bear with some silliness as we go, but we're going to dive into the contents, see what it's all about, see what this thing can do, and then I'll report back on the Player 2 website, that is player2.net.au, to learn, to tell you more about what the experience of the DualSense is like. Because this has been a long time coming. Xbox has had their own with the Pro, no, Xbox, whatever, their kind of Pro style controller anyway. The name's gone on me. PlayStation's now firing back with the Edge, and it's a fantastic looking piece of kit, so let's just see what it can do. So we'll peel the tape away, we'll start to dive inside. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready to open it up? Big loud voices so that all the people can hear you. Yeah. The external, all pretty simple fare. You got some text on the back, you got a bit of text on the bottom. The core four pillars being the ultra customizable controls, the mappable back buttons, DualSense wireless control features built in, so it's basically just, it can do what it normally does, and the replaceable stick modules, and then you just kind of got different looks at the unit from there. Yeah, that's right. You got it? From there, let's get into the white box concealed within. PlayStation have been doing a fantastic job this generation in particular of the very recyclable packaging. Basically everything can just go in the recycle. It's, you know, I know it's feels like such a small thing. I know there's lots of toys over there, isn't there? Do you see Ali? Yeah. So yeah, the recyclable packaging has been great on their part. You got a flower. Okay, let's get into it. Within, we've got the packaging that will have the controller. We'll deal with that in a sec. But we've got this little internal layer as well. Within that, are the instructions. Nothing really to see here. You want to put that on the ground? You go boom, like that. You throw it off. Boom. Who needs the packaging, right? Who needs the packaging, right? You hold the instructions. We might need those later because Daddy's not very good with tech and stuff. All right, next is the actual package itself. So we've got ourselves a bag here for it. We don't need the bag either. Go away. All right, next is the actual controller itself, the packaging for the controller itself, the DualSense Edge. I believe you can feed... Yes, you've got a little slot so you can feed out. You can have the controller inside the case charging, so it's still got that protection that it needs, but you can feed the cords through. We've got PlayStation symbols on the zip things here, and a very clean, very PS5 inspired design here. Oh, you're going to dive into all the instructions. Are you reading?
Yeah.
Good. You can tell me all about it because Daddy's not very good at this stuff. All right. No, you agree. You understand. You get it. All right. So the packaging itself, it's a nice solid thing. All right. We've got the controller right here at the forefront. Up the top, a little compartment up here. Up the top, we've got a little compartment that's got the USB. I think it's a braided charging cable. That must be... That's very long. You hold that end. You hold that end. Look at how long that cord is. It's big, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That must be like 3 meters long or something. That's huge.
Yeah.
All right, we'll leave that here. Yeah. You tell everyone about it. Is it big? Yeah. Is it a big cord?
Yeah.
Yeah. But what we're here for ultimately is all the customizable bits and pieces within. So we've got the DualSense Edge itself, which form factor wise, as has been fairly well documented, is very much like a standard DualSense controller. You'll notice that the shape here, like our glossy black here, is narrower than what you see in a standard DualSense. But in the case of a normal DualSense, you can peel everything back. Oh, can't get a nail in there. There we go. You can peel everything back and you can kind of mix and match a little bit. I could steal the black from, say, another DualSense, pop it in there, whatever. This is a different size altogether, so it's clearly not going to work in quite the same way. But as we look at the controller in more detail, you can see all the sacred symbols across the top here. Again, we've got this glossy finish. Same with the core buttons themselves. You having fun?
Yeah.
On the back, our space for all the inputs. Now, I believe what these are like locking points. So there's like a short, medium, or long in terms of where the L2 and the R2 triggers actually lock in place. So that's being the shortest of the lot, and you can do that for both sides. You can mix and match. You can do whatever suits you best. I think I, for one, probably leave the standard, like the default, which is all the way. I'm hearing more and more reports of people that are starting to struggle using the DualSense in terms of like the grip, and they're starting to kind of get, and maybe it's the older ones amongst us, are having some troubles with actually kind of handling the controller over time, but not so much myself yet. So for now, I'll leave that the longest depression. But on the back, we've got our sockets here to input our little paddles, of which there's multiple different varieties. So let's take a look at those. Again, there's the controller one final time. We've got our FN, I think just function buttons. I think that's all for like back-end software side in terms of, you know, switching between different profiles and stuff. You want to hold this? You have a bit of a look, don't drop it. Going back to the case itself, we've got quite a few different things. Now, this unlock thing here, having done a little bit of reading, is basically for the controller when you're charging. So you can feed this, like if I push it all out into the lock position, these little teeth kind of pop out and bite into, can I steal that again? Bite into the top here, that allow you to hold that cord in place, which you'd like to think it would do so anyway, but it locks it right in. I guess maybe recognizing that the battery life on this thing is actually worse than the standard DualSense. Careful, don't fall off. Give everyone a wave. You wave? Wave to everyone. Yeah, good. So kind of, I don't have a controller in there right now, but like there's thing in there right now, but if I did, come on.
Is it charging yet?
It's not charging yet. There's no cord, but anyway, I can't really do it without a cable to kind of help lock it in place. But it all grips into the top there. You go back to holding that one. You've got the special one.
Yeah.
Beyond that, so again, our little locking mechanism. You're done looking at it?
Okay.
Well, these people are still looking at all the sticks. So we've got the paddles at the bottom here. We've got the long paddle or the shorter one. You can pick and choose which you want to use and when. Oh yeah, the standard boring one. We don't use these anymore. Oh, except that special God of War one, we keep that. Alright, sit on your bottom. Sit on your bottom. Dangerous up there. So you've got the left and the right, the long and the short, so you can kind of pick and choose what suits you best there. But interestingly, we've got the different stick knobs that you can kind of slide. You can slide everything out, and basically these are really representative of, as I grab a DualShock 3 from the PS3 generation, the convex tips, which, look, I never really had much of a problem on the PS3 when it came to the convex sticks, but it is not nearly as good as what's possible with what you have in the DualSense, or even a DualShock 4, which is off camera and I won't reach for. You're working hard, aren't you? Hard work being the most beautiful baby in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got the ability to put them on there, and there's different lengths, I believe. Yeah. If I try and compare, different length of the stick, which I guess will be handy for those who are interested, but I'm not interested in using the convex stick in the first place. Like, concave every day of the week, so
Yeah.
thanks. I don't need that one. You look after it. And so that's it in terms of what the sticks kind of offer. You can kind of switch them in and out. Let's mess around with the controller actually and do so. But just to quickly summarize, you've got your different paddles. I'll attach those in a sec. The locking mechanism for the charger cable, the different lengths of the analog stick ports, and yeah, the paddles themselves. So let's fit the paddles. I'm going to use the long ones, I think.
I'll do.
You're going to look after that for me?
Okay.
So they just fit at the back here. That would be, yeah, that way. Did I? Yep, locked it in place. So I could very much see this being used for something like a dodge roll, for example. Games I'm currently playing, like a Forspoken or a Monster Hunter Rise or something along those sort of lines, where you could map your circle. I've put them around the wrong way, haven't I? I reckon I have. That's better. Didn't feel as ergonomic as it should have. So you've got them on the back here, and so I could map, say, my circle button to that, and for my dodge roll and that sort of thing. Yeah, you open it, so it opens this way. Oh, you zipped it up again. There you go. Look at those manners. So you could map your circle button to it, for example, and so rather than taking your hand off the stick, which you might be using to swing the camera at the time, might be really handy in something like a Souls game even, where you really can't afford to not be in control of the character, and any other kind of fast-moving game. Don't take your finger off the right analog stick for the camera. Just mash the thing at the bottom to apply a button. It's kind of handy in that sense. In terms of the sticks, now like I said, I personally won't be switching to, there we go, so there's our plate off. I won't be switching to convex, but what you can do, you can pop them straight off, mix and match, do whatever it is you need. You can also slide the stick out. And so I'm assuming, because there'd be no real reason to now, and it's not like the Xbox One, the Xbox Elite controller, that's what I'm looking for, where you can kind of move the sticks from the central spot to the outside. You can kind of move the entire core for kind of positions. You can shift them around. In the case of PlayStation, you can only kind of shift the sticks around. So really, I don't see any reason to remove these or swap them even. It's just going to be down to maybe there's like whole other things that they'll release in the future that you can kind of really mix and match and change things up. I'll slot that back in place. But to the great credit of PlayStation, it's very, very easy to do. The only thing that I had any trouble with is kind of that release button. It's a little bit on the hard to access side, me and my fat fingers, but honestly it's probably not a bad thing, so you don't accidentally do it, or I don't have little people doing it. Where's all the other ones, miss? Did you drop them?
Yeah.
Ah, they're there. Good job. You looking after them?
Yeah.
Awesome. And so that is the DualSense Edge. Thank you very much to PlayStation Australia for providing me one of these to check out. Expect to see, you've got this video now, expect to see some written content in the near future where I'm talking about the experience. I'll probably be bringing this with me to the Play 2 Marathon that is running this coming weekend. That is Saturday, January 28th, from 9 AM till Saturday 29th at 9 AM. 24 hours of games for charity. We'll leave those ones in there, miss, so don't lose those. 24 hours of games for charity, and it's an awesome cause, so please make sure to go check out what we're doing with that, the Terry Campese Foundation, everything around it. If you enjoyed this unboxing and everything that we've got on the YouTube channel, please make sure to like, share and subscribe. All the buttons are down below. Hit the notification bell, that way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live on the channel. That includes Patched, Player 2 Plays, Gamer School, more unboxings, whole bunch of awesome stuff that can only be found exclusively on our YouTube channel, so please subscribe and go check it out. Visit the website player2.net.au for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series Patched, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary, where there's been some sensational developer guests on the show in recent weeks and months, and there are more to come, so please subscribe and go and check it out. And of course, tune in for a proper review/feature about this controller in the near future. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, kicking a few bucks. At the lower tiers, early access to episodes. At the higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. And finally, there's Twitter. You can find me at Paul James Games. The website you find at Player2au. Once again, thank you very much to PlayStation Australia for providing us a DualSense Edge. Very, very thankful. If you like what you see, if you like what you read on the Player2 website in the near future, consider checking it out. They are available now or tomorrow actually, sorry, as of when I record this, but they're basically available now. January 26, 2023. That is Daddy's book for Dev Diary. Shh, we don't want to tell everyone who the guests are. Spoilers. Anyway, we'll wrap things up there. Thank you for checking out this video. Thank you for checking out everything around the DualSense Edge. Thank you for checking out all of the Player 2 content. And until next time, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say thank you, PlayStation.
Thank you, PlayStation.
Oh, good job.